In the latest news for Jurassic World Evolution 3, if you read about the Majungasaurus, it says that the next Space Game species returns on the 17th of February. This is a full list of all the dinosaurs that still haven't made it to Jurassic World Evolution 3. We have the base game species, the DLC species, and the free species which have already been brought back. I'll be discussing what species we can see in the free update and what could come out in the Chaos Theory DLC.
But just in case you missed it, I'll explain what's going on.
Frontier every month is adding one base game dinosaur for free as a family unit back to the game. On November was Kentrosaurus, and on January was Majungasaurus. If you still haven't figured it out yet, I mean that both the Kentro and Majung are two creatures featured in Chaos Theory. So it is possible that Frontier is preparing us for the upcoming Chaos Theory DLC. I'm gonna be honest, I do think Frontier may continue the Jurassic World Evolution 2 DLC strategy, where the first DLC was just regular DLC, in this case the Wetlands and the Early Cretaceous, then the Netflix show Camp Cretaceous and Chaos Theory, and then the movie Dominion and Rebirth. And out of all of these species, I've picked 3 which could go with the Chaos Theory 3 update: Oranosaurus, Pachyrhinosaurus, and Monolophosaurus. Oranosaurus is a base game species from Jurassic World Evolution 2 that didn't make the cut to Jurassic World Evolution 3. I am certain it's gonna come in a free update, however I don't really think this free update, and I'll talk a little about that later in the video. However, if Oranosaurus does get back for free, it will also include its Frontier variant and its Camp Cretaceous variant. But here's when the issues occur. Monolophosaurus and Pachyrhinosaurus are both DLC creatures, so they're not really one of the base game species that will come back in a free update. However, there may be a solution. Before Irritator got leaked or spoiled, Frontier said the video about the free update, and in that video they said as a special thank you, they're returning the Dinosaurus back for free. I have solutions to how this can go. My first solution, which may sound stupid, was that for every free update in a DLC dinosaur will return back for free. However, for this next solution, I can tell you're all gonna hate me. I'll explain. And that is, either the Mono or Pachyrhino come in the free update. Now I'll explain. Let's say Oranosaurus comes later, let's say July, and let's say in February is the Chaos Theory DLC, so let's say it's February 21st. So in the Pachyrhino, let's say, comes in the DLC and Mono in the free update. That's an example. It will give some backlash since it's a paid species getting paid again, like the hybrids in the first game and Majungasaurus, you can say. So I genuinely think that is the only option, unless Frontier has something else up their sleeves. But now that's done, let's talk about what we can expect in the DLC. Starting off with the newest and one of my favorites of the franchise, the Beckel Spinax. This gives lots of variety to the medium carnivores, in it having a sail and some spines, you can say. I don't know if we're gonna see this swim. To be honest, I mean, we did see it swim in one episode for like a brief second, but then it had to reach out for air. So who knows about what's gonna happen. This will be like the Camp Cretaceous DLC. We get a few new dinosaurs, in this case the Beckel Spinax, and some new skins and variants. On topic of the Majungasaurus, a new variant will be the Major Majungasaurus. Now, we got 2 Majungasaurus variants, one blue, which is Major on the screen right now, and a black one, which we did actually get a model for. So I do hope we get 2 of those 2 variants in the DLC. This was a dinosaur that I was blown away with. I did quite like Majungasaurus in the first games, and seeing it in the Chaos Theory made me love it even more. This is gonna be a huge step up. Another dinosaur that they hit it out of the park with was the Suchomimuses. This one has a very bright orange. We also have one with a murky brown and a grey one. These are others which I absolutely love. Another feature is that these two also have some sort of fangs, you could say, at the bottom, at the edge of the snout. On the topic of Piscivores, the leucistic baryonyx, I think that's how you pronounce it, should be in. It gives a lot of variety to baryonyx skin since this is albino. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me. But anyway, it's an albino skin and I've been wanting albino skins for a while in this game. So I'll be glad to have the leucistic baryonyx in. Next up is Geba the Gallimimus. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like Gallimimus in-game. It's my least favorite ornithomimid because I'm not really a fan of the skins. I always use the 1993. However, this one has a striking orange pattern which looks really cool on it. So I'll be glad to have this one in the game. Second to last one are Atrociraptors. Now we do have 4 movie skins, that's Tiger, Ghost, Panthera and Red in the game. But these ones look striking amazing. Guys, they're sorry. But anyway, they're really cool and I do quite want these in the game, to just saying. I know we have many Atrociraptor skins, but some of them have really cool blue skins, and if you know me, I love blue skins. The last variant we're going to be talking about is probably my favorite, and it's Smoothie. Smoothie is so adorable, I cannot stop with it. But anyway, this could be maybe an adult and juvenile skin for the Ankylosaurus. I can imagine if there's a special feature where they put the little cat ears on Smoothie.
I would die, guys.
But with the DLC stuff done, I want to talk about the free update. What can we expect in it? And I talked about it, how I would say that the Tyrannosaurus would maybe be later or maybe in February just to prepare it. That leaves us with the Monolophosaurus and Pachyrhinosaurus. Now, please don't give me flashback, but one of these will go in the DLC and one of those will go in the free update. And the dinosaur I picked, the Monolophosaurus, to go in the free update. Remember what I mean? I picked this dinosaur not because I really like it, but because they're picking dinosaurs like Kentro, Orano, and Monolopho. Well, not Monolopho, but whatever. Anyway, those 3 species are all in Camp Cretaceous, minus the Pachyrhinosaurus, which was in Chaos Theory, not Camp Cretaceous. The only 2 Camp Cretaceous major species that were in a launch were Scorpius rex and Spinoceratops. Only those 2. Then Kentrosaurus with Pierce got added back. Then the Majungasaurus, if you want to say, and then soon after maybe a Rhinoceros. That's why I have picked Monolophosaurus, and Pachyrhinosaurus will go in the DLC. But I don't really think the Monolophosaurus should go in the free update alone. Obviously, they would add new stuff, maybe Camp Cretaceous inspired stuff. But one thing that they missed, in the launch of the game was the bumpy skin. Now, I really like the bumpy skin because Ankylosaurus had quite some hideous female skins. The male skins got much better. But the bumpy skin was not added, so maybe as a little cherry on top that they've added it back. And with all that, this is my prediction on the Chaos Theory DLC. Now, remember, this is still unconfirmed. We just think that, with Kentro and Mahjong in the free update, then they may be planning a Chaos Theory DLC. Remember, guys, on February 17th, if I'm right, I didn't look back, I'm sorry, that the free dinosaur will be back on February. I'll do a video on it, okay? See you guys.